Yep. Salute ATP. Yeah, it's your boy Rain. You can see where I'm at. I thought I was gonna be able to do a live tonight, but I got called in. They need me. Your boy running out today, helping out the people today. But I wanted to give my final predictions on this Anthony Joshua Dubois card. Listen, guys, I'm going to be catching it, you know what I mean? I'm going to be catching it as I'm moving around, but definitely would rather have been sitting at home chilling, you know what I mean? Kicking it with Blue Blood in them and kicking on the fight tonight. But look, here it is, man. This is my last and final prediction. I done told you guys already. Fight of the year candidate, without a doubt. Fight of the year candidate. I know it. I believe it in my heart. Let's hope these guys deliver. I know Daniel Dubois coming off of a nice run, showing the world he's got this heart, the dog in him. Just another level up in Daniel Dubois' career, and understanding that Daniel Dubois has been able to find of himself within himself, to see that he has this part of him that when he puts his heart into it and he puts it all on the table, that he's able to deliver, right? He's able to be the last man standing, so one might say. And maybe he already knew that. Maybe his father already knew that. Maybe Don Charles' head trainer already knew that. Maybe it's us. Maybe the world didn't have an opportunity to see Daniel Dubois step up in that way. But regardless, I can say that perspective and perception of Daniel Dubois has changed up to this point. If you've been watching his career and where he's at right now, without a doubt, Daniel Dubois is in another chapter in his career, and tonight is an opportunity for him to solidify himself in this division. Now, he came off of those two victories between Jarrell, Big Baby Miller, and Filip Ergovic, and he showed out. But Daniel Dubois tonight, all eyes on Daniel Dubois, because although he showed a lot of heart in those fights, he also exposed himself and shown that he had holes in his game fundamentally that was allowing a lot of shots that hit him. Some would say unnecessarily, especially in the Filip Ergovic fight. Pay attention. We all know Anthony Joshua, whoever you might think of him, he's a hard puncher, straight right hands, very disciplined. He's under the tutelage of Ben Davison right now. Ben Davison's going to keep this man on his fundamentals and on his square. So we're going to see if Daniel Dubois is able to get his head off that line tonight. This is going to be paramount and super important as to what we should expect to see. If Daniel Dubois is going to win this fight, he's going to have to stay away from Anthony Joshua's right hand, but at the same time, he's going to have to be a dog. So here's what I expect. I expect to see Daniel Dubois trying to smother Anthony Joshua's power, right? But in the same process of doing that, staying away from that right hand, because Anthony Joshua power detonates at the end of his punches, right? His ability to extend at the end of his right hand is where that danger is at for him. So I expect Daniel Dubois to come in and try to smother Anthony Joshua's power. Daniel Dubois can box. He's a good boxer. But his last couple of fights lead me to believe that he may believe he has a real good chin, and he very well might have a good chin. One can argue it, because I've seen him take some shots and not even be faded. But at the same time, sometimes things like that can go to your head, put you in the wrong mind space against somebody like Anthony Joshua, and get you stopped real early. So if Daniel Dubois is able to smother those punches, stay away from Anthony Joshua's right hand, we can see this go to 12 rounds and see this be a decision. Who wins it? I don't know. Anthony Joshua, I'd have to say, is a more popular fighter. I hate to bring up things like that, but you know how these judges go. There's a lot pending on Anthony Joshua win this fight. The bigger picture is everybody, England wants to see the biggest heavyweight fight of the past 10 years, 20 years even. I'll say about 10 to 20 years. The last fight that held weight up to this magnitude for England would probably have been Tyson Fury and the Klitschko, or maybe even Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko, right? One of those guys, right, would probably the biggest fight heavyweight-wise in the UK. So everybody wants to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. This is a big fight. We know that we know that Tyson Fury is rematching Alexander Usyk. He just came off of a loss, and a close decision loss to Alexander Usyk a few months back, and the rematch is coming up in December. People are predicting Tyson Fury to be able to walk away with this win. Listen, he has the skill set, he has the physical attributes to be able to do that. So let's just say Tyson Fury is able to win this rematch, everybody's anticipating Anthony Joshua doing the job tonight so that they can see the big fight. So it's going to be potential politics playing around in this game tonight, right? So it's going to be important for Daniel Dubois. If he doesn't stop Anthony Joshua to win this fight in a very dominant form, he should just assume that the cards aren't going to be on his side, in his favor, right? The judges are not going to be in his favor. He should assume that in coming to this fight to win this fight. Don't overextend yourself. Listen, man, it's easy to call it, but if you're not in the ring with them, what can we say, right? But I can tell you that he should be focused on being very dominant in this fight tonight. Now, Anthony Joshua coming off of his own redemption tour, as people have questioned his chin, questioned his heart, right? He went through a transitional phase in the beginning of Anthony Joshua's career. He was the one-hitter quitter. He was the guy coming in to put dudes down and get dudes out the ring with him. Nobody was supposed to stand in there with him. But then he ran into a stump with Andy Ruiz and was exposed, and he decided that he wanted to become a boxer, and everybody was criticizing Anthony Joshua. Oh, you're trying to become a boxer now. You're trying to move around, or you stay on your toes. You want to be Muhammad Ali. You want to be these fighters. That's not who you are. Dance with who brought you to the party. Leave with who brought you to the party. You know what I mean? He's ducking and running from Deontay Wilder. A lot of criticism to Anthony Joshua, but even him switching through different trainers, right? Going from his regular trainers to Robert Garcia, from Robert Garcia to Derek James, from Derek James now to Ben Davidson, trying to find his way. But along this journey, through his wins, through his losses, I believe Anthony Joshua has been developing. He's been evolving as a fighter. And we're going to find out tonight if this is the best version of Anthony Joshua that we've ever seen, because Daniel Dubois is a game opponent and maybe the first game opponent Anthony Joshua's fought since Alexander Usyk, right? And also, as far as punches are concerned, maybe the biggest puncher he's fought since maybe like a Dillian White, right? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, this is just me going on top of my head, but Anthony Joshua has not really been in danger in these fights. It's going to be the first fight that he's had in a very long time to where Anthony has to be careful with the power of the guy standing in front of the ring, on the other side of the ring from him. And we're going to see how he deals with it, right? It's one thing to be able to take your time against Otto Wallin and break him down and get him and dispatch him and get him out of here. It's one thing to fight a Francis Ngannou who doesn't have that professional background. Although he had a competitive performance against Tyson Fury, we all have our theories about Tyson Fury taking that fight seriously. Ultimately, Francis Ngannou showed his true colors in the ring with Anthony Joshua. But like Anthony Joshua should have done, he got rid of him quickly. Don't play with your food. Show the world that there's levels to this game, and he did a great job for himself and for boxing that night, right? Boxing was able to stand tall that night and let the world know that not anybody can just walk in this ring and perform that way. But tonight's Anthony Joshua's big test. He gets to actually show the world, listen, I'm here. And there's a lot running on this fight for Anthony Joshua, because after this fight, he gets to go to the big show, and he gets to chase down what he's always held at a high regard, which is those championship belts. He becomes an IBF champion tonight, a 3-time heavyweight champion if he wins a fight, but more importantly, he gets an opportunity to chase undisputed. So a big fight for Anthony Joshua. I expect these guys to bring their A game. Both these guys know what's on the line. Both of them are on their redemption tour. This fight tonight defines potentially who the next face of the heavyweight boxing, of heavyweight boxing, not only in the UK, but in the world, Craig. In the world. It's a big fight. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, these guys hold their rankings as far as being faces of boxing in the heavyweight division, as far as being the best in the division. But these two athletic power punchers get to show out and say, listen, this may be the guy who dethrones either one of those dudes to become the best heavyweight boxer in the world. I'm excited to see the fight. I hope you guys are excited to see it too. Leave it in the comments who you guys are expecting to win this fight. How do you think this fight is going to go down tonight? Does Anthony Joshua's experience, skill set, overturn everything that Daniel Dubois has been working on? Does that work against Daniel Dubois tonight? Does his heart hurt him tonight? Does he need to put his heart away and become a little bit more reserved and win on points? Where do we see this fight going, and who do we see this fight? Who do we see winning this fight, and why? There's so many reasons either way that this fight can go. I'm interested also to see how Anthony Joshua deals with Daniel Dubois purposely smothering him, fighting him on the inside. I'd ever seen Anthony Joshua really be effective on the inside that way, right? Both of these guys are strong, so it's going to also be interesting to see who the stronger guy is. That's going to be kind of interesting to see that. If you guys paid attention, Daniel Dubois put on a little weight for this fight. He's coming in about 8 pounds heavier. I think he came around 240 pounds in his fight against Philip Urkovich or Jarrell Miller. Don't quote me, but I know he's a little heavier this time around. You got to ask yourself, is that going to hurt him, slow him down in any kind of way? Is that going to hurt his conditioning? Has he gotten too strong in this camp? Depending on the game plan, I don't picture Daniel Dubois trying to establish distance and move around the ring a lot and try to be elusive from Anthony Joshua. It looks like he is planning on being stronger than Anthony Joshua, that he plans on manhandling him, keeping this fight close mid-range or even close in the clinch and trying to punch him on the inside. Is Anthony Joshua prepared? I think Anthony Joshua needs to establish that distance, and he needs to be the boxer. He needs a position, Daniel Dubois, where he can detonate these right hands on Daniel Dubois. He needs to be able to extend that right hand. He needs to be able to level change on Daniel Dubois, set him up, take his time. He needs to pick Daniel Dubois apart and ultimately set him up for that good night, Irene. Daniel Dubois has to do everything in his power to smother and frustrate Anthony Joshua, test his conditioning, test his physical durability, right? Let's test that frame and the integrity of Anthony Joshua. Make him put his heart out there tonight. Show me that you can out-heart me tonight. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm really excited to see this fight. Really feel some kind of way about not being able to be home and call this fight, because this is a fight I've really been anticipating. I really think it's FOTY, Fight of the Year candidate, potential fight tonight, especially for the heavyweight division. Heavyweight boxing is so great when you have so good when you have two athletic specimens like this who have everything to gain and almost nothing to lose when you think about it, right? Like, Anthony Joshua's at a place in his career where it's barbecue and mildew time. It's time for him to either be him or show the world that he's not him. This is his time to do that. And Daniel Dubois has nothing to lose either, right? He wasn't even supposed to make it this far. He had no heart. You guys remember? Alexander Usyk took his heart. This kid does, now he wasn't supposed to get past Philip Urkovich. People thought that 100-pound weight advantage that Jarrell Big Baby Miller brought in the ring against Daniel Dubois was going to be the end of Daniel Dubois. A lot of people counted him out, and he's here this far right now as an actual IBF champion going into this ring to defend his championship, even though he didn't earn it. I mean, I don't want to say he didn't earn it, but, everybody has their opinion on how that works out. But, an upgrade because Alexander Usyk, who beat Daniel Dubois, vacated that title, and it is what it is. But yeah, he gets to come in the ring tonight as a champion. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen in this fight, guys. I hope you guys are going to be watching it. You will get my reaction, my recap. Obviously, I may do it this evening, or maybe I'll do it. Listen, I'll do it when I can do it. Right? We out here paying bills and doing what we got to do as well. This boxing talk isn't paying the bills. You know what I mean? Not yet, at least, right? Maybe we don't know what the future could hold. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments, bro. It's your boy, Claymore Rain. This is that ATB Combat Media Show. Shout out to all my subscribers, everybody who's supporting the channel. Man, I really appreciate you guys, man. We've been growing slowly, but for sure, I think we got some real boxing fans that subscribe to this channel. Obviously, I could be one of those channels that are just clickbaiting you and talking about the, pointing at the hot little topics of Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, the usual suspects. And I speak about those guys as well, but I really like to keep it well-rounded. There's so much boxing going on. Some of these content creators would have you believing that boxing is not doing much. I think they're living under a rock. Boxing is super active, man. Turkey's doing the work. Excuse me, I got a phone call coming. I got to hang up on this dude. Turkey's doing the work. Putting a lot of fights on. The undercard on this fight card is going to be exceptional as well. It is a UK card, so if you're not familiar with UK fighters, you might, guys, wake up, man. Boxing is going on everywhere. Boxing is everywhere, man. And tonight's got a great card, from the Mark Chamberlain fight on this card, from the Buatsi fight against Hutchins. That's probably going to be fight of the night right there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fights. Kikachi's fighting on the card tonight. there's going to be some good fights on the card. You guys should do yourself a favor. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. But look, I'm going to do what I do. I love boxing, and I'm going to talk about it all, man. And I appreciate you guys who are riding with me on that energy. Leave it in the comments what you think, though, about this Anthony and Joshua Daniel Dubois fight, though. I'm definitely interested in getting you guys' input on it. But at this point, it's your boy Rain. It's at ATB Combat Media Show. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit your bell icon so you get an alert when all this content is dropping. At this point, we out.